guys like orange juice?
And for those of you who don't know what this is, Patterson took it upon himself to take Obi-Wan Kenobi and edit it down to like 2.5 hours or whatever it is. He cut out all the filler, he added in a lot of music, he did a lot of things to make it more enjoyable, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So like most of you probably, I was pretty iffy on Obi-Wan Kenobi, honestly. Like, I enjoyed the show, but for the most part, it was pretty, you could just tell it was stretched out. It was supposed to be a movie. So first, a couple of things that made it a little weird that I'll just get out of the way, because I don't have a lot of things that are bad about this. They took out all of the Reva and Owen scenes, which I didn't even notice for the most part when I was first watching it, up until it got to the end and I realized she wasn't chasing Luke around and it was really stupid. So I was like, okay, cool, they cut all that out. But that being said, at the end when Obi-Wan finally gives Luke the toy and all that and Owen lets him meet him, Owen has a bunch of scars on his face for no fucking reason. And then I was like, oh, I never saw him and Reva getting a little scruff. So that was a little weird, but I mean, it's not the editor's fault. I'm sure if he had the technology to clean up Owen's face, maybe he would have. I don't know. My only other thing that I think would have made it work better as a movie is if it ends with Obi-Wan meeting Luke, saying hello there, and then it's an after-credit scene of meeting Qui-Gon. I think that would have worked better for it being a movie. One more actual thing that I think would have made this edit a little more enjoyable too, though, is if he would have added the traditional Star Wars transitions, just like he added the music into it. I think this could have made it even more entertaining, and I know some people might think that's a little silly, like that doesn't change much, but to me, that just makes it feel even more like a Star Wars thing when you have the little circle wipes or the side wipes, just shit like that makes it more fun for me, I think.
I will face him alone.
That being said, that's only my couple criticisms I had of it. Now here's some of the things that I really liked. Speaking of the Reva stuff before, I really it made me enjoy Reva's story more because she was in it less. And not like I didn't like her. I just think they executed her really shitty in this show. And I think this edit made it better. It cut out the opening Order 66 stuff happening, so it doesn't linger on a little girl that you later on see Reva, and you're like, I wonder if they're the same person. It completely cuts that out, so you're just seeing her, and then eventually she talks about she knows Darth Vader and Anakin, all that shit in the story. But it made it more enjoyable, because you didn't really think about her in the whole opening. You're just watching Obi-Wan and him being sad. He cuts meat. He goes home. He cuts some more meat again. He sends a Jedi off to get killed. Just typical Obi-Wan stuff. Speaking of the Zafty brother that he got killed, he executed that a lot better in this edit as well, by making it so Obi-Wan meets him first, and then you see the Inquisitors go and he find out that he's a Jedi. Then they kill him, and then Obi-Wan gets to town and sees him with his head cut off, hanging there in the streets, and he's like, oh, snap, I got that Jedi killed. I might be kind of shitty right now. It made that a little better, made me care about the Jedi more. That was one thing that I really liked. This edit made me care a lot more about the characters, because it just fixed the pacing so much better for this. Like, when Tala, is that her name? Fuck, I don't know a lot of these people's names, and I'm sorry about that, but also, like, they're dead now, so, like, is there, whatever. But, like, when she died, I was like, oh, it made it more impactful, and then when the loader droid, when the loader bot droid, whatever his name is, saves her life, it felt a little more impactful, too, because just, like, 10 minutes before that, you hear her talk about actions speak louder than words, and then he saves her life there, and you can't talk. It felt nicer because there was an episode gaps in between that, and then it fixed the pacing. Like, it just made those, like, it just works so much better as a movie. Every single emotional beat in this. Another great thing he did in this edit was adding, like, the traditional Star Wars music. Made every little bit of this so much more enjoyable. Like, just the little fight scenes or little moments when he adds the music. I loved that bit. It just made it. I just got a text message. It just made it. It made it feel just so much more like a Star Wars thing, and it just sucks you in faster when it's the real Star Wars music going on with it, you know? This edit also actually fixed 2 moments in the show that didn't really make sense to me. So the first part, Darth Vader with the fire, they added in the stormtroopers asking Darth Vader to, like, should we go get Obi-Wan Kenobi? They say something like that, you know, that's a little more well-written than me just saying, hey, should we go grab him? And Darth Vader's like,
No, not right now. We'll get him later.
you know how Darth Vader is. And so it makes that, it's like, oh, okay, he's just gonna, he wants him to get stronger so they can have a real fight. It just feels like that. And then at their end fight, you get a little audio flashback of Obi-Wan remembering Qui-Gon saying Anakin is the chosen one. He will bring balance to the Force. That, you know, it doesn't really fix it, but it gives it a reason. They're like, oh, okay, Obi-Wan trusts his old friend, so he'll leave Anakin alive, you know. But at least there was something to it because the show just let him go, goodbye, Darth. See you later, Darth, if that is your real name, which I know it's not, because I know it's Anakin. Bitch. And also, one thing, since I'm doing this video, I would like to I would like to talk about the show a little bit, too. And I know the big thing with the show is people do not like big-ass glowing lightsabers. And I think the glowing lightsabers actually work, but only from a distance. I think in the long-distance shots, or, like, the medium-distance shots, the exaggerated glowing actually looks pretty cool. But the close-ups, when it's super glow, like, it looks fine on their clothes. But when, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi is, like, just fucking blue, like, it looks like a little avatar, and, like, Darth Vader's only red or only blue, like, it just looks really shitty is the only way I can describe it. It just looks fucking horrible. So I think for the future of this, they keep those kind of lightsabers for your long shots. And then when you have to have up-close ones, just have it a little bit less bright. Like, turn it down like 5% or something, you know? And I think it would really make those scenes better because it just looks really great from far away, but up close it looks like fucking caca. It looks like dirty caca. Ooh, one more thing I just remembered that I really enjoyed about this is, you know, the fucking dumb ass chase scene with Leia, and it's like the Scooby-Doo gang chasing her around up and down trees, zigzagging. They can't catch this 10-year-old. He made that so much better in this, where she gets there, like, the guy's like, I'm waiting for you, Leia, and she's like, what? And then the guy puts a bag over her head, and that's it. She's captured. Instead of that whole long chasing, that's all you get, and it's so much faster. And just little things like that. I don't know why they didn't just change that in the show. It just boggles my mind the way it ended up turning out. But honestly, if I was Disney, I would hire this guy to make an official edit of this and put this on Disney Plus. And imagine if this was the way we went forward. And I know some people would probably hate this, but ultimately I don't think it really affects it. Imagine if you had the option, you could watch it, and then maybe they only put this out at the end, but you can watch it as a series, or you could watch an edited down movie version of it. And obviously, like, that wouldn't work for Mandalorian or some stuff like that. It would probably have worked for Boba Fett, honestly. And this, I think certain shows like this, like one season shows, they should have an option where you can watch the movie version of it. And I bet you a lot of people would watch that version. That's just my take on it. But honestly, if I was to rate I'd give the show like a C+, and I would give this like a solid B. You know, and it's not like not criticizing this guy's editing or anything. I'm just saying, from what he had to take from the show, I think it upgraded it to a B.